Welcome to Sports Sushi. Your chefs for tonight are Sports Plug Russ, serving up the spiciest sports takes of the week. Sterling Furrow, rolling the X's and O's into an analytical maki platter. And finally, the moderator who always keeps the sake flowing, DJ Slow Boogie. Now grab those chopsticks and get ready, because your order of fresh and raw
is where they're saying this is happening.
Man, I call that shit Twitter. They got me fucked up. I don't
know. I think they call it X now. But what's good, everybody?
Wednesday. What am I supposed to see in you, an X? Wednesday. Oh, it's Wednesday. Hump day, Sports Sushi. Fuck that X shit. We gonna call it Twitter to the day I die, nigga.
I'm a Twitter OG. You know, Mama called it Twitter. I'm calling Twitter. You know, I ain't with the X shit. I probably say X. Probably somewhere down the line, but
no. It could be the X app, but that shit Twitter. Like you ain't finna be Brittany your whole life and then come tell me you Veronica because you put on a wig. Bitch, you Brittany. You the same motherfucker you been. No. It's Twitter. It's fucking Twitter.
All right, what's good, everybody?
Unless Elon call me and say, Russell, X amount of money, stop calling that shit Twitter, and tell everybody else stop calling that shit Twitter. I'm gonna call that shit Twitter.
What's good, everybody? It's another episode of Sports Sushi. It's Wednesday.
Let's get it.
Another one. You already know, like and subscribe. If you're listening, man, we are always live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble, all that good shit. So hit the bell.
How the fuck you want to watch us? We are on.
And we here. It's all three of us now. It's me, Russell, Sterling. Chris.
Sterling looks like Sterling jumped out and he's gonna jump back in. He might be connectivity issues, but he's still here. He's still here.
He made attendance.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he made attendance. Okay. All right, it's perfect attendance. All right, you know what I'm saying? He just had to step outside and make a phone call, and he's back with us. All right.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know something's going on with the network tonight, man. I don't know what. I have to go check it out after we done. But
yeah, I think it's something on what we had. We had some little trouble logging in and getting into what we were doing. So
okay, all right.
It might be something,
it might be something with Eva Mux.
So hang in with us, baby. We swimming in the in the trouble, man. We're gonna deliver you a good show anyway. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing this good evening?
I'm doing fine, doing well, feeling great, feeling good. How are you?
Hey, man, it's we inching closer to the weekend, man. Some more football, some college football, like
week 0, baby.
Yeah,
it's gonna be an exciting dumbest shit ever. I think that's the dumbest shit ever, but I'm gonna ride with it.
All right,
week 0.
All right, so let's get through the show rundown. We're gonna have the weekend recap real soon. Then we got this day in sports, as always. Then we got gonna talk a little bit about boxing. Then the NFL. Then we got Sterling's Power Rankings top 10. Then we got the either or. And then we got some shit from Betstamp as well. So without further ado, go ahead, Chris, run that good old Betstamp footage for the good old people watching at home.
What's good, everybody? Today's podcast is brought to you by the good people at Betstamp, which is helping thousands of people win sports betting for free. That's right, you heard me. Free. F-R-E-E. Free. All right. The same way travelers use Google Flights and Expedia to find the best prices, bettors now can use the same through the Betstamp app. When you place a bet, the odds are given by a sports book will determine how much you can possibly win. Even though you're betting at the same outcome, different sports books will offer varying payouts, and the differences can be huge. We are talking thousands of dollars. But fortunately for you, the good people at Betstamp have your back. Okay, so Betstamp allows you to easily line shop for the most profitable odds across all sports books. You can click on any matchup and instantly see the different odds that the game gives you, game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the simplest way to find an edge in sports betting and maximize your chances of winning long term. On average, Betstamp users win an extra $1,000 and over yearly just by line shopping. We can't tell you that this is a fucking game changer.
And we back.
Bang bang. Welcome back, everybody.
Bang.
Bang bang gang. Shout out to Good old Bully Club.
Pause. I don't know. I just paused it just in case because you just got to be like really, 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 what you call it, careful nowadays with Mace and Cameron.
Oh yeah, bro, you do. It's a resurgence of the pause. It's a
Hey,
resurgence of the pause.
Big resurgence.
question for y'all.
What's up?
Yeah.
Have you heard the new Quavo album?
Yes.
I have not.
And
Yes.
what'd you think?
It's passing grade, but it's not phenomenal.
I like it. I like it a lot, actually.
No, I know I like it, but it's like
I had to listen to it a few times.
As I always say, it's music is subjective. You know what I'm saying?
Is it
And
better
so
than
I
the
would
Gunna
say
album?
I don't care about.
I
I
don't
didn't
think
listen.
so.
I listened to the whole Gunna album once, but like I'm not a huge Gunna like fan. And before he snitched, so like I
Yeah.
kind of like try to like back away from that because I didn't really listen before. Now I will tell you this: Quavo's album wasn't bad. I think Dame Lillard had the best album of the weekend. And people may be like, "What the fuck?" If you haven't heard Dame Lillard's album, then you should go listen to that because that shit was better than everybody's. And second, I probably have Mick Jenkins. If you don't listen to Mick Jenkins, don't know who Mick Jenkins is, MickJenkins.
No, that Quavo album hit different for me. I mean, y'all know, like, I'm a big Migos fan. Takeoff, rest in peace.
I know.
He got
love
some. It's good to see him on his little solo thing. This is his second solo project, but I thought it was dope, man. I think the song with Takeoff was. The second track was dope.
Sterling, we need to find a day with me and you can get on and Boogie you too and like add some because I got some people that want to do it to get on and like talk music, man. Like we gotta find because like what you're saying is not true. I think that Quavo's still in a area of finding like himself alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You know, like he's like Offset's already found out. You know what I'm saying? What he is. Takeoff was what he was, which is a fucking
he was
genius.
the best one.
Takeoff
best
was
one.
Offset would be the one I like to listen to the most. But Takeoff was nice, and Quavo was nice too. But Quavo was always like, I amplify these two with a bunch of cool shit. Like I'm just a cool ass nigga that but he's got to find out how to just be like him without them. So it was a good project, but
do me a favor though.
What's up?
Listen to it again. And I mean, you probably already did this when you listened the first time, but kind of where his headspace was at. Like you were saying.
No, I feel you. No,
it was his most real. It was like his realist,
so like
depiction of who he is.
So when I say like he's, and we know we got to move on. When I say he's passing grade, I just mean like it wasn't something that made me go like and back up and go, oh my God, this shit is the gospel. You know what I'm saying? But it was something but it is something that I jammed it more than once. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's in the rotation right now as new music is concerned. So like it wasn't bad. It just like I'm not gonna lie, like Mick Jenkins shit and Dame Lillard shit, like
I'll check that out. I'm gonna check that out this weekend.
That shit is fire. Like that shit is real fire.
Any tracks from there you want to tell me about before I listen to it?
What to tell these niggas something? Show these niggas something is the Mick Jenkins track. And view on Dame, Mike Breen. Mike Breen was very, and My Daddy's Son with Lil Wayne. That's a good one.
I got you. I'm gonna get on it.
And you got me too because I listen to so much fucking music. I have trouble bringing up names, but I got you. I am someone that likes to share music because I believe that's showing love.
I don't even have y'all's phone number, so we need to make sure to put that in the chat.
It's just with all the ways of communication nowadays. It's like, you gotta wait. Okay, on to this weekend because Ghost is dick riding, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him do his thing because Chase is his homie. So they want to talk about this weekend because I was gonna bring up CPG anyways because it is the best esports league in the nation. So this weekend I played a lot of Madden, bro. I will let the people know if you follow me on IG, if you follow me on TikTok. I've been doing a lot of Madden videos. And Ghost, just because you was talking shit, I am going to release that video of what DK Metcalf did to your ass in the last seconds of the game that we played, since you want to talk that shit so people know. Like, yeah, you can't live vicariously through your homie. Because I'm the boogeyman on your street. But no, it was a great weekend. Madden showed that it has improved. I am on my page. I am not here to boast Madden up just because Madden is something that I've played for a long time. I'm here to say it's like a revolution, a revelation of whatever you want to call it, resurgence. This motherfucking game is fun again. And it makes all the sense instead of no sense. I feel like 2K is doing the same thing, and we can get to that in another episode. But offense OP, defense OP, made the best man fucking win. And I quite frankly love it. Love the celebrations. Now on the CPG, we had week 1. It was game of the week. A very good player in Chase Dollars. Very good player in Chase Dollars. Well, you know what I'm saying? Tell him to sign in with his name. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it looks like you talking, Ghost. But yeah, very good player. You know what I'm saying? And that looked like dick ride. So hey, you better blame Dollars for me to that. No, don't blame me. Blame Dollars. Dollars set you up. Dollars.
Who out here lazy?
Hey,
Glizzy.
Hey, Russ.
No, but what's up?
I will say this. Let me say this. I saw your clips on X. I'm gonna call it X. And you nice with the sticks, bro. You nice with it.
And I want to say this, like me and Dollars is a little rivalry, you know. So we playing each other for a decade. So like we know how each other played. Great game. He came out smashing me at one point. He was up like 38-4. 38. Yeah. Pause. 38-4. Oh, it's fucking crazy. He was up like 38-14. We came storming back. Josh Allen with the you could tell that me and him know exactly how each other played. I got down to the last seconds. I threw a touchdown from like the 20-yard line. Could have tied it up. Shit, said fuck it. I don't feel like being in New York no more. Tried to go for 2. Kincaid dropped it. That's the way some games ends. But shout out to Dollars. It was a great game that he played. I'm not even gonna hate on that man. It's gonna be interesting to see how the divisions start. I hope that he'll start streaming. I'm gonna be streaming the rest of my season games, and I really urge everybody else in CPG to reach out to me. I'll spread y'all's names out so we can get people to watch this because it's a very, 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 very good season that we got going. But all in all, Madden's been really good. Madden's been fair. And Thomas, don't talk no shit. Fuck you too. Because I hope that Luck loses every fucking game with your team until you get back. If y'all don't know, Thomas is Seahawks and he's on leave right now, but he's got someone that's a bum named Luck. He's got the most unluckiest motherfucker named Luck with his team. He's losing. But yeah, I hope everybody from CPG starts streaming. And then hopefully we can, get some more of the guys out here so we can talk about it. And hopefully one day we can have a season with everybody from CPG and Sports Sushi. And in 2K, we will. In 2K, we will. More on that if y'all want to get into more of the weekends things that I had. But that's it for the Madden. But if y'all want to know what I found out about 2K, then I'll tell you that too. Because, I'm like I guess I'm the gamer motherfucker on this bitch now. Y'all want the 2K news?
I mean, yeah, nigga, shit.
All right, so 2K, all right, fuck it. 2K, seeing as though it is overly priced and all that shit people bitching about, 2K is probably going to be the best game of the year. ProMotion, basically, they've gotten the ability to take motion capture from actual games, like live games. So that's going to be in the game. Everything's truly authentic, the way the players move. And the best thing overall, they have crossplay in every mode. So we will be able to play PS5 versus Xbox Series X in a My Career or My Franchise mode. So we'll be able to field all 32 teams. And I'm hoping that we get you guys, Chris, everybody. I know my homie Chris Shotgun. I got Mike D. I got people all over the place. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got people all over the place that play the 2K on the 5 and the box, and we're gonna be able to make something special. And it looks like 2K might be the best game of the year.
So did they get a new game engine?
I don't know if they got a new game engine, but they got a new way to process. Kind of like, okay, so like FIFA got a new way to process motion cap, and they were able to do it. Through the actual game. So like Kevin Durant's moves look exactly like they look in real life, and they brought back the 2K19 dribbling system, which was the flick the stick, left, right, up, down, size up dribbles.
Oh, they did.
It wasn't. It's not going to be as conky and wonky as it was this year, because a lot of people complained. Me, and from what I've read, the shooting. Someone said the shooting is OP, but the defense is OP. So they're like, if you leave someone open, they're going to bang you. If you play a guy that knows how to green bean, shotgun, they're going to bang you. But if you are able to get a hand up, it takes, instead of like the game being like, oh, your shot percentage goes down, it takes away points off your shot. So like you'll get like 10 minus your shot because he's a good defender and he's in your face. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so the real shooters stand out.
Yeah, so real shooters stand out. But yeah, it looks like gaming this year, even for the old niggas like us, it's gonna be really, really fun, man. We're gonna try to have some fun. But yeah, that was a weekend. I had some free time, so I just fucking gamed, man. But if you haven't played Madden, hadn't bought Madden, it's Madden season, buy that shit. And to all the people dissing Madden, you're fucking lying. And all the shit that you're saying about it that's bad has to do with post-game glitches, because the gameplay in this game this year so far, until anybody I know breaks it, is fucking awesome. And I for one am gonna have fun with it. I'm not gonna deny it. So if you haven't played it, play that shit. Videos coming soon. And if you have any videos, send them to me, Big 30 The Truth on IG. Send them, because I'll post them and I'll post your at. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right. Speaking of postings, we have a Sports Sushi entry from Russell up on the Sports Sushi website as well. So
Oh yeah. Oh, yes, right into it. So if you guys want to know, I'm going to get the link after the show. So more than likely late tonight, I would just say tomorrow, there will be a link on my social media profile so that you can look at my first article on the Sports Sushi website. It is going to be a brief, about 500, 600 words. I don't remember how many words. It's 500 plus words, basically about a quick brief overlooking the Cowboys and what I think their season should look like this year. I think I'm also going to do one on Madden, but I will be doing them periodically through the year because, hey, when I got some free time, I like to write shit up. So y'all check that out on the website. They'll give the link, and I will also put the link on my social media profile so that you guys can check it out. Read something.
All right. So let's go ahead and get over to This Day in Sports. So Russ, take it over here, brother.
Oh, I forgot one last thing before I start to This Day in Sports. Sugar Sean O'Malley is a fucking dog. All right.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Sugar Sean for getting the dub.
All right.
Ghost would like us to shout out
No!
John Wayne Lee. So shout out to John Wayne Lee for
I had to listen to that nigga the whole weekend. Rush, you see my that bitch ass? Like, damn, no.
He's in love.
But yeah, shout out to Wayne Lee. She did kick ass, even though it took longer than it was supposed to. On this day, I had to take that jab. Goes on this day in sports, the 1982 Seattle Mariner pitcher Gaylord Perry was ejected for throwing a spitter. I will say this about this day in sports: if you don't know, well, shit, I just gave.
Oh.
If you,
nice. He just went there.
Man, dunk. Hey, he dunked. Oh yes. But if you don't know, go look it up. Basically, this guy got in trouble for something that he basically would be following protocol today. Because hell, with spider tack, he'd be a demon. But basically, he was putting Vaseline. He was known for putting Vaseline, spit, anything you fucking think of on the ball to get it a little bit more sticky. Because if you know anything about baseball, you get the tack on the ball. Once it's tack on the ball, you can get the physics that make it rock. And sway and all that kind of stuff. So, which I honestly think is live, and I think they should let them motherfuckers put whatever they want on the ball. But hey, look, I'm just me. But other than that, that's this day in sports. That's all I got right now.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead, and touch a little bit on a rare subject here. Well, not really that rare, but we talk about it once in a while. Boxing. In the boxing world. He said this day in sports just beat the Bills 42-41.
Y'all see this dick riding? God damn.
They're very, very
relentless,
and I like that about you, Couch Potato Gaming. I like that.
Nah, they're just,
you guys got spunk. You guys got spunk. I like that.
Hey, Sterling, you ever seen cock riding like this? I never seen more niggas live.
It's foreign to me. I mean, it's from another land, bro. It's from a third world country, dog.
It's like I'm like, damn. I saw Sean on here. I didn't see the name Chase. I saw the name Sean.
Yeah, it sounds like they tag teamed you, dog. Yeah. Like
they have a good vendetta against you, bro.
I mean,
maybe it's because you're light skinned. I don't know, Russ.
It made Boogie.
So let's get to the bottom.
But you know what? I know Sean got a picture of Chase on his wall, like Helga and Hey Arnold. He got a whole closet with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I know.
Shout out to Chase, man.
I know.
Chase
shout out to Chase and fuck you, dick riding ass niggas. I got you. Yeah, I got you with that one. Because one thing Sean don't like is a dick riding ass nigga, and he looking in the mirror right now like, damn, 30, am I dick riding? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Yeah. Yes, you are. And I think Thomas. No, I think you're Man, I want to see it. Fuck that, Thomas. I know that, Bud. I don't know about the weight because okay, we could get into.
Wait, you
it.
want to
Okay,
see what?
hold on.
Go ahead,
So
Boogie. Lace him up because Thomas heard you and said it, and I was like, let's get into it.
All right, so this is what happened. So Bud wants to move up 3 weight classes, and he wants to take on the winner of the Canelo and Charlo fight. He said it doesn't matter who it is. He wants to take on the winner of this fight. Whether it be Canelo or Charlo, me personally, for my money, it'll be Canelo. You know.
Here's what I want to see.
Is he just trying to chase a bag or like? Because that sounds kind of dangerous to me.
Here's what I think, guys. And I don't want to be the nigga that like has like a guy showcase his talent, and all of a sudden I'm like on the bandwagon. But Bud Crawford might be. Me and my homies talked about this morning. Me and my homie Ghost and my homie Chris talked about this morning. We was like, Bud might be trying to not only become the best boxer ever, but he might be trying to become the best fighter ever. Because all he has to do is wait for one of these guys to win, go beat them up, and then if you've seen, which shout out to Ghost, I'd never seen Bud Crawford wrestle. I just heard people say that he could, and that he, but my homie laced me up on the fact that he's like state champion, style wrestler.
Yeah.
And so while I do think that the fight against Canelo would be very, very, or Charlo, but since we're talking Canelo, I do think the fight against Canelo would be very, very difficult for any fighter. I think Bud is looking for something different, and me and my homies were saying today, and I'll let you take it, Boogie, and start after this. But we said I think Bud would do it. He might win, and if he wins, he go find Khabib. That'd be the and like he could that'd be the last person to say I am the dopest fighter ever. Nigga, I'll beat up anybody in any realm ever.
Well, Bud is talking about moving up in weight. Canelo already stated that he has nothing to prove about moving down.
He's scared.
Look,
he don't want to lose that power against Bud. He don't want to lose any strength or power against Bud because Bud packs all that. Bud packs like 200-pound nigga power in 100.
No, he does. But Canelo's that dude too now.
Yeah, but when Bud say he moving up, that means he's like, yeah, if I move, like watching Bud dismantle Spence's face with punches and how hard he hits. When you hit that hard at that size, like and Canelo's kind of like this too, because he was a smaller guy when he first started that was hitting motherfuckers hard. So like like Canelo knows, like, no, I don't want to lose his power. And Bud knows, well, fuck it, stay there. Cause I'm gonna go get it. Cause Bud knows, like, I'm gonna be fine. Like I'm gonna have more power when I move up. And I'm already gonna be faster than most. So like I think that I don't think it'd be smart for Canelo to move down. Like I think that it's just I think Bud is the type of guy that would say, fuck it, I'll move up. I think you're scared to scrap. Yeah. Nigga, I'm gonna move up. Then we're gonna see if you want to scrap. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I would love to see this turn into Khabib versus Bud.
That's biting. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Man, I just if Bud can beat, and I know this is hypothetical, but if Bud can manage to beat Charlo or Canelo, like he has nothing else to prove in boxing.
He could beat Canelo.
So let's say he beats Canelo. He had nothing else to
prove. But he ain't beating Khabib.
How do we know?
Bro, Khabib is he's a different animal.
He is, but so is Bud. It's like
I love Bud, but like, bro,
have you seen Bud wrestle?
Bro.
Yeah.
But no. But Sterling, have you seen him wrestle? Yeah. Like Bud's not like he can wrestle. Look, no, Bud is like wrestling.
Yeah,
like he can wrestle.
No,
I know.
Really wrestle.
But can I ask y'all a question though? If I were to tell you that I can put somebody in front of Khabib that can keep himself up enough.
No.
So what happened to Aljamain this weekend? Because it's an overwhelming point that I have about MMA fighting in general. But what happened to Aljamain this week?
He got his ass whooped.
He got caught with the right.
Okay, what is Sean O'Malley normally?
Dude, I don't know, but that fucking Irishman that nigga was. God.
No, but my overwhelming point is we can move forward is that these guys that can box and that can wrestle or at least prevent takedowns, they own the MMA world. And Khabib is like one of a kind. He wrestled a bear. I know this. That's crazy. No, you can't out grapple a bear, but you can knock a nigga out. And I really believe that if Bud was to get up to like 200 pounds and you was to rush him to try to tackle him, one, I watched him wrestle a motherfucker that big already from wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm just saying, and to me, it's like, it's one of those things, like, it doesn't matter if it's the way he handles people. You know what I'm saying? It'd be one thing, but Bud does not look like he is trying, and he's not. He's never put, so it's like, if you
That's true. I will give you that. Like,
and if you were to give Bud
hold on,
Crawford
Boogie, go,
8
Boogie.
ounce
What's
gloves,
up? Boogie gonna jump in on this.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm not saying that Bud Crawford doesn't stand a chance in the octagon with Khabib. I'm saying Vince McMahon stands no chance in hell against Khabib because you have to look at it. Khabib even took some shots from Justin Gaethje, who was probably one of the hardest hitters in that division, and Khabib. And you got to look at how Khabib fights and approaches his fights. He doesn't give you enough space and enough room to even land shots on him like that. He's going to get you. He's going to put his face into your chest, and he's going to go ahead. He's going to maul you. He's going to tire you out.
Can I ask you a question? I'm just sitting here saying I think this would be interesting, and I don't think that I'll even leave it to be a toss up, or you could predict it how you want. But if you were to tell me after what I saw in Bud Crawford's wrestling, and I went down wormhole, so yeah, call me what you will. But after what I saw, I was like, this motherfucker ain't no regular like boxer motherfucker that can wrestle. Like, he can wrestle. Like, he can get a motherfucker up off of him. And
it was
and,
the guy
Connor,
the guy who was displaying it against was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think he was a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter.
It's just that when you have a guy that has so if you want to put your chest into Bud Crawford's, if you want to put your head into Bud Crawford's chest, he's gonna hit you.
I don't think it's going to be enough.
Because think about it. Like, think about Connor. Connor is literally what we're talking about. And until he broke his ankle, he owned his division. He owned the UFC. Connor is a boxer.
I'll say this: Connor ain't won a fight since the.
No. I'm saying when Connor was on top, he is the closest thing to a boxer with MMA skills, and the way he was beating people, all of them was, you try this wrestling shit, I'ma catch your ass. Because I got real fast hands like a boxer. And I'm sitting here saying, if you put Bud in that ring and someone tries to go head first with Bud Crawford, they're going to get hit twice. And I'm thinking if they get hit twice with 8 ounce gloves, nigga, you going to sleep.
And it's good that you brought that up because you was like, with Connor and stuff like that, because Connor went against a person that completely destroyed him and kicked his ass. You know what that person is Khabib, okay? And that is the reason why he is who he is.
But guess what? Connor also went against a person that completely destroyed and fucked his ass up in Floyd Mayweather. And the closest thing to Floyd Mayweather we done seen is Bud. So if you got to do with that kind of hand speed and that kind of wrestling,
and let's take a
on God, Khabib was whooping that nigga for his God and his clique. Like, that was on some other shit. He wasn't finna lose. He wanted to kill Connor.
He beat his ass and then went outside and fought his entourage. That's how you know how much energy he had left in that fight.
And told the niggas, we can't fight no more because I'm gonna kill y'all.
Before we move on, we could take from Clarissa Shields, who is a world champion boxer that went over to the MMA. The biggest adjustment, she said, is the training, because in your fight, your training schedule, you only have a certain amount of time to work on a lot of different things when it comes to MMA. And I think the preparation is what would separate the difference. Like with boxing, you just got to get in there. You got to work on your hands, your cardio, your movement, and and that's pretty much encompasses kind of the generalization of it. But with MMA, there's your wrestling, your striking, your defense, your ground game. You got to roll with your Brazilian jiu-jitsu and all this other bullshit. So it's a lot more that goes into it. But yeah.
No, I agree. That's why even you shout out to Thomas English. You know what I'm saying? One of favorite viewer. You know what I'm saying? One of our favorite viewers. Friend of the show. Now shout out to Thomas, and very good Madden player. That's the only time I give you a compliment, nigga. Take it. But shout out to him for for bringing up that. Yeah, that the Khabib is a monster. He is relentless. It's not me saying that. Oh, I think that a boxer could beat him. No, I remember what happened to James Toney. It's more of me saying that if I could catch Bud winning these other boxing matches that we think he would win, what's next and what would be the most entertaining? And it would be him fighting Volkanovski. I think it's Volkanovski is how you pronounce it. That may be my bad. Or Khabib. One of those two men. Volkanovski. My bad. Volkanovski or Khabib.
No.
See, but I think that we say no because of what we've seen happen to boxers. But for the first time,
I just seen Volk escape a lot of deep clinches. I mean, not clinches, a lot of deep guillotines, and he's a guy that just comes back from he's the fucking Undertaker, bro. He's like the 5-foot Undertaker.
What's he gonna do when he gets hit 3 times in the chin?
Bro, he's been rocked, dog. Like Volk
but he ain't been rocked. He ain't. Dog. Now we all know there's a difference between getting hit by anybody else and a real boxer. We can go on for days. My bad, but Boogie has spoken. I'll take the back seat. Boogie has spoken, but I still, Bud, if you're out there listening and if you see this, Bud, whoop Canelo or Charlo's ass and then go to this MMA shit and go whoop somebody else's ass and become Goku, nigga.
All right. Level up, motherfuckers, what Russ is saying. All right. So as we move on, NCAA football, the most beautiful time of the year, if you ask me. Nice fall, the sound of helmets clacking. It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time.
Let's boo!
Yeah. So we have college football is hitting us this week. I want to say this weekend. Notre Dame is playing in Ireland, right?
I think so, but that's who I'm probably betting on. It's not. But Notre Dame. I was
trying to put some action on the game. I got to rebound and get this bad taste in my mouth of this loss.
Week 0 coming up. I just got you. Hey, I had to say it again. Week motherfucking 0, the lamest concept ever in sports. But hey, fuck it. We got week 0 because they don't want to call it a preseason. They don't want to talk about playing the week 6 report. But we do got week 0 coming up in college football. And me personally, I'm gonna make a confession. I like college football more than I like the NFL game.
Wow.
Now this is not me saying like taking a shot at the NFL. Those guys are awesome, but me personally, nothing compares to Saturday afternoon or Saturday night. The teams to me, the teams are more, when you have 2 good teams, it's more evenly set. When I was younger, me and one homeboy of mine used to tell people like this. In the NFL, if someone goes into the half and they're up more than 20 points, they're probably going to win the game. No matter what else happens, they're probably going to win the game. But in college football, something about that shit, you can go up in the half, you could be up 28, and you can lose by 10. College, yes, exactly. Shout out to Thomas. College is more explosive, it's more exciting. And me personally, y'all can call me a hoe. Y'all can say, Russell, you have no compassion. But there's something about a motherfucker that's about to go be an accountant versus a guy that's about to go be in the NFL and then matching up together. And sometimes the accountant gets a dub, but most of the time you get to see Crabtree. You know what I'm saying? You get to see amazing. You know what I'm saying? You get to see some wild shit. You get to see guys break. You get to see the Ed Reed type plays. You get to see Charles Woodson type plays. You know what I'm saying? So, like, college football, I'm just going to let y'all know as we do go. Sports Sushi's going to go over it, going to cover it. We're going to have different predictions because I fucking love college football like a motherfucker. Boomer motherfucking Sooner.
All right. So, predictions, takes for this upcoming season. What do people
y'all didn't do it, so I'm going to say it for y'all. Go Dogs and go Blue. Since y'all ain't want to rep y'all squad, the nigga at the top,
I'm always repping the squad.
The nigga at the top named Boogie is a Georgia fan for those who want to rep with him or against him. And the guy over here in the top, what is that? The top right of my screen, and maybe the top left, depending on how you're looking at it, is a Michigan fan. So fuck Ohio State and everything they got going for them on this show. Unless you want to come on and talk to us, because then I love you, because you know what I'm saying, we fuck with you. Jackson Mr. Jigma, shout out Rockwall. But hey. He hurt again, I think. But I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, college football's coming. Week 0. Exactly. I Boogie's the one that reads them out because, like, I just be answering them. But first we got week 0. I don't know if y'all want me to go in, but I got a couple of things that I got to say. But if y'all got some things about y'all's team, some of y'all want to go first, y'all know I can talk about college football all fucking day, bro.
Well, look, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
Okay.
I know. As the Georgia Bulldogs, have their back to back, whatever. I am going to go here and say they do not complete the trifecta. No, we do not.
This nigga.
Okay,
Right.
I like it.
No,
And
No,
what
yeah,
I'm
it's a
gonna
setup. It is
I
a
like
it's
it.
not a
boogie
setup.
class.
It's not a setup. It's not a setup. I'm not going to sit there and be like, no, it's not a setup. I genuinely feel they're going to fall short. I think they're going to make the Final Four,
Of
but they're going to
course,
fall short on the big stage. I think that's what's going to happen.
because you think Michigan's winning the national title. That's what you were gonna
Think,
say.
hey, Boogie,
It's very
I think you're.
possible.
Is it me? I think Boogie. I think we can only see your nose.
What do you mean?
You like the guy from Tim the Toolman Taylor. We can only
Oh,
see like
bro.
half your
Oh,
face.
you talking about
The
fucking
nigga from across the
yeah.
fence.
Winston,
Howdy, neighbor. Howdy,
Winston.
neighbor.
Man.
But yeah, I know with cameras we can only see like the bottom half of your face.
Oh,
But I'll let you get away with that, but I'm still gonna talk my shit if that does happen. So my thing is, and I was talking about this with my homeboy the other day, like craziness. I think craziness will rule. I'm gonna say this. Alabama will lose the West to LSU. It won't be easy, but Jaden Milroe will go crazy. But I think that, man, I think the LSU with Brian Kelly, is just Brian Kelly told him, if I get the horses, I'm gonna beat y'all in the race. And he beat him last year by 1. He's got more horses. Mr. Perkins is gonna be running around that motherfucker.
Harold
And
Perkins is
if you don't know,
ridiculous.
bro, those that don't know, you better find out. All you gotta do is put in Perkins LSU. Watch it. Number 40. Boy is dog. Like, he is ridiculous. Now, Jaden Milroe for Alabama is gonna show naked ass. If you don't know, he's the next Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson clone. Jaden Milroe for Alabama. Now I'll let Sterling, if you want to talk about the Big Ten, I'll let y'all get into that. But I will say this though.
Go ahead.
Yeah, USC's gonna go crazy because Caleb is, yes, yeah. What am I gonna say? Caleb is
the best player.
He's the best player in
no.
it.
How do I say it?
It don't
Caleb
matter.
is
No,
better than
not
all
doing it.
these niggas.
I can't do that.
I mean,
Not doing it.
Caleb
He is.
better than
No, he is. He is.
But yeah,
I
Thomas,
can't. Look, there's not
Now,
much
I
to talk
do
about in the Big Ten. Now,
actually.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna answer Thomas. I was gonna say this, Thomas. Now, I am an Oklahoma lifer. I'm an Oklahoma Sooner fan. Someone in America, in the city of Houston and in the city of San Antonio, just threw up in their hand and said, "Fuck that nigga." But I can tell you this: Lincoln Riley was our coach, and that defense looks exactly like we did. So watch out when they play Utah. Watch out when they play Oregon, because they probably gonna lose those games because they will be giving up points. But they should be the representative if Caleb can pull them out of the mud that they will be in. I want to say this though, for the Big 12, the teams not named Oklahoma and Texas. The teams not named Oklahoma and Texas. And I hope this gets through the airways. Fuck you. Fuck all y'all, and we are coming to take that shit. I don't give a fuck. Texas or Oklahoma is going to win the Big 12. It is going to be in monstrous fashion because the Big 12 is already the
This
Big
was
12.
last year, right?
Yes, and the Big 12 came out and said, basically, they said, we are going to make it harder for them niggas in orange and them niggas in crimson to win games. So I'm going to say this right now, for the Texas people and the Oklahoma people, even though we're rivals, fuck them guys. Go get the fucking dub, because Texas or Oklahoma is going to win the Big 12. Now, the difference is, if Oklahoma wins it, it's going to be cementing the best team in Big 12 history. That's going to cement Oklahoma as the best team in Big 12 history on their way out. Now, if Texas wins and goes on to the playoff after Big 12, the rest of the world is in trouble, because that means their recruiting is picked up and they're able to get the players that they need. And once Texas is able to do that, it's Texas. You're going to be in some trouble. So it's going to be look towards the future. But I do see big things in college football. I will say this. Last year, I did have a lot of people get on my ass, mainly Shotgun, Boogie, y'all got on my ass about Oklahoma because I was talking about we lost our coach and we weren't going for a bowl that year, and I was okay with some of the losses. I will say I'm a man that stands on mine because I also told y'all I'm giving them a year and I want to come back. This is the year where I expect Oklahoma to have, they may lose one. They will make the playoffs and they will represent, and you will see an SEC shift in this team. You will also see that in Texas. So those of you that do not watch the Red River Shootout, Sterling, the best rivalry in college football is Texas and Oklahoma. It is not Michigan and Ohio State.
It's debatable.
Yeah, it's debatable.
It's not.
Arguably.
It really isn't.
I tried to be nice. See, I tried to be nice. It's not debatable because do y'all have a fair? Do y'all have a fair?
Nigga, who cares about a fucking fair?
Nigga, you ain't been. So I want you to come down here during fair time.
Bro.
No. Sterling ain't been. So, okay, what we're going to do is during fair time, we're going to have a sushi fair day. So, Sterling, you come. Boogie, you come. We're going to go to the Texas State Fair. Hopefully, y'all could come on game day. I could probably get dollars to come. Even if I can get some people to come on the fair on October 8th. Y'all come to the fair. You will be like, holy shit. This is amazing. And the game is amazing. That's what I got. College football's jumping off this weekend. Let's go.
All right.
Well, listen. The Big Ten, man. I feel like this. It's a 3-horse race. Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. Nobody else matters after that. The thing about the Big Ten this year is, Michigan is bringing back a ton of dudes on offense and defense. I mean, you got the best running back tandem in the nation, right? Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards. The defense only lost one starter, okay? So the Wolverines are going to be really good. J.J. McCarthy coming into another year. I really do think he's going to submit himself as a first-round quarterback, probably late first-round guy. Ohio State, I think they got some questions that they need to answer. Like, you can't lose to Michigan 3 years in a row. I think if they lose a third year, I feel like Ryan Day he's on a hot seat. I think he's on a hot seat now. They lose again with the talent that they have. It's not an excuse. What Ohio State has built is a team built on speed and finesse. And in the Big Ten, you gotta get down in the trenches. And Michigan has beat them in the trenches on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball. And then you got Penn State over here, who they feel like they built their team to beat Ohio State. So Michigan is ground and pound, right? They kind of figured out their formula. So they're going to beat you up in the trenches, which we saw with Penn State last year. They weren't able to hang with Michigan because they just demolished them in the trenches. But I think when Ohio State plays Penn State, I think you're going to see a really, really competitive game. They got a good young quarterback over there at Penn State that's really going to ball out. And Singleton, the running back, they got 2 running backs that are studs over there. They are really good. They got a couple defensive ends that are up and coming. They got a right tackle that's really, really good. So Penn State, they're stacked. They're really good. So it's a 3-team race over there. I do think Michigan will come out on top. Michigan needs to take another step though. I feel like it's good that they're making the playoff, but they're not doing anything in the playoff. So
exactly,
I think the problem with them is I think Harbaugh and some of their young coordinators need to get better at game management in terms of situational game management. I think that's where they suffer. But I really do think if Michigan is going to win a national title, okay, and that's a big if, because as Boogie's going to say, well, I don't think Georgia's going to win the third one, but they're really good, right? Yeah. They're stacked everywhere. Right. And I know they got a young quarterback and they're trying to figure all that out. And they lost a lot of guys to the NFL draft. But they've kind of figured out the way, like they just rebuild it, rechurn it, and another 5-star goes in. And that's just how, it's what Alabama's been doing. So I wouldn't say that Georgia.
That's why LSU is so intriguing.
LSU is another intriguing team. I think Chip Kelly, what he was able to do at Notre Dame was really good. Like, he's not getting Ohio State level and Alabama, Georgia level recruiting. So the fact that he can develop, this is why Jim Harbaugh is doing really well, because they can develop the talent that they have.
Both of them have done the same. I don't think Brian Kelly is going to take as long, but Sterling, we agree. Both of them, you're basically saying you got 2 genius ass coaches that are getting horses now. And what I watched last year with LSU, And Boogie, I'll let you give the SEC outlook because you're the Georgia fan. But what I noticed last year was I saw a man in Brian Kelly, and I tell this to my homie all the time. Like he said, basically, and I'm not quoting. This is how I took what he said. Nick Saban and all you other motherfuckers out here in the SEC, I ain't got the horses at Notre Dame. Now I'm in this bitch. I got the horses, and he beat Nick Saban by 1 with some niggas he could just put together. You know what I'm saying? But in the grand scheme of things, you got Daniels, you got this, you got a couple, you had Bouye, the receiver, but you had you know what I'm saying? But you had actual horses, and you went out there, you beat Alabama, and I think next year that they're gonna win the West, and they're gonna represent the West against Georgia, and I think they're gonna beat Georgia. But Boogie, what do you think about the SEC before we move on? What do you think about the outlook and what's gonna happen out there with you being a Georgia fan?
So before OU and UT comes in and kind of alters the landscape. Prior, you have Florida that is to me is always kind of a dark horse for Georgia. They've had some close overs because now from last year I've only was able to catch a couple of Georgia games because I'm gonna be honest, Sports Surge hasn't been working really good for me, and there's they don't really show a lot of Georgia games now. I catch a little bit more from the national broadcast.
Crack strings.
Yeah, they tell me that, but it just at some point, man, it might be my shit that I gotta test out or something like that, but it does start to get a little bit murky and stuff like that. It pisses me off with my UFC fights. But anyway, that's another story for another day.
Me. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. I know nothing about that. Holla at me.
Another story for another day. With Georgia, I do think that and the SEC, I do think that Alabama has entered their rebuild phase where they're gonna lose some ground to a couple of other programs. Like Rusty said, LSU. I think Florida is kind of going to take some steps, kind of close the gap between them and Georgia as well. The quarterback situation with Georgia is always to me the biggest question. Is their quarterback play? To me, the defense, the run game, and everything else is always more stable. And it's been like it's kind of always been that way.
That's how SEC teams work, though.
Yeah, and it's like one position is just going to kind of just be up in the air, but Georgia's always found ways to make it work. I'm impartial to say is because everybody else around him and the other positions around him and the other side of the ball is just that much better to kind of pick up where this position, this quarterback position might come up short. But this year, I think I haven't been checking up on it. I want to say the starter is I think it's a freshman. Am I?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So the starter's going to be a freshman, and who knows what they can do. For me, I'm always a wait and see type of guy. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna see how they perform, and then I'll kind of leave my opinion. But I have to go ahead and be very conservative with this one. I know y'all are like bullshit, but I do think that they don't hit the three-peat here. I do think that they do make it close, but they do come up short. I gotta see what team that we're gonna have. Like we lost a lot of good starters. We might be a team that's might be still strong in the trenches all the way around the defense. We might have
y'all gonna be straight in the trenches.
We might have a strong secondary, or we might.
Y'all gonna be straight everywhere.
We really don't know. All I know is that the one thing that's a given is that Brock Bowers is going to be that guy.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a good spot offensively.
But okay, before we wrap up college football, question for all you guys, and I'll answer it too. Who y'all got in the playoff?
Okay, so I got Michigan. I got Georgia. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say another SEC team because that's always the safest bet. You know what, Russ? I'm inclined to say LSU might make it out there.
Okay.
Now for the fourth team, I want to throw a wild card in there.
Yeah, there always is.
Yeah, there always
Well,
is.
Carson Beck is the quarterback for Georgia, and he's not a freshman. So
okay,
he was a 2020 in the 2020 recruiting class. So I think
so
he probably would be a redshirt sophomore, probably.
Junior, because he wasn't redshirted.
So who is it? Who's your foe, Boogie?
I'm thinking about the fourth now.
You had who? Wait,
I had Georgia, Michigan, and then I said, you know what? USC. LSU and USC.
Georgia, Michigan, LSU, and USC.
I think that's what it is.
I don't think USC's gonna make it.
You don't think so?
They ain't got no defense.
Ooh. Hey, what's up, Dale? Ooh, hey, man, Sterling. My brain's churning, but like, I know if anybody knows, I know what you're saying is fact. I don't think people want to believe it, but I watched a lot of Oklahoma football, y'all. Like USC is Oklahoma football because Lincoln Riley brought the same exact shit, and they can't stop a nosebleed. We got Dale with UGA, that's Georgia, USC, Bama, and Ohio State. I can respect it. Now, Sterling, you want me to go or you want to go?
No, go for it, man. I mean, I don't like my Final Four really ain't gonna change that much. I do think though that people who continually put USC in the Final Four, they haven't proved anything. Like they're in a Pac-12 that's
I think
kind of it's weak, but they do have a lot of good quarterbacks this year, right? So they're gonna lose a couple games.
Here's what I think. What it is,
Oregon's gonna beat them.
Yeah, well, I think Oregon.
Washington's probably gonna beat them. So I think a team from the Pac-12 will represent in the Final Four. So like Washington is a good candidate, and Oregon, Bo Nix, they're playing well. So
I think that because of conferences quote unquote dying, you know what I'm saying, changing, I think that the committee built up of humans is going to try their best to be like, all right, let's try to get a representative from each conference. That's why I believe if Texas or Oklahoma can make it out the Big 12 this year with either undefeated or one loss to one another, then they'll be able to represent. Because I have LSU, Oklahoma. I do have USC in it. But that's because I think that the committee is going to want a Pac-12 team represent. I think they're going to want to try and spread it as much. But I do not think 2 SEC teams are going to make it. I think the last team that's going to make it is Michigan. Because I think the committee, when they look at it, is going to look at it and say, we're going to 12 teams. The SEC cannot get 2 teams in this year.
Sure.
And I honestly believe that the SEC isn't going to have 2 teams that are worthy. You're going to have Texas and Oklahoma that are going to fight tooth and nail. That's just the game in October is literally going to be like it used to be back in 2002, 2003, when it was Texas and Oklahoma were playing, and the winner of this motherfucker is going to play in the national championship. But this time it's going to be the playoffs. So I think that that's going to matter. I think that USC, even though I believe they're going to lose, with one loss in the Pac-12 and the changes that are happening, I think that they'll still get accepted to the playoff. I think that Alabama is going to finally lose the SEC West, and that means that LSU is going to win it. And with Alabama not in it, then I think they're going to actually allow a fairness to the SEC championship, and the winner is just going to go. And I think that winner is going to be LSU this year. And as you said, Sterling, Michigan has accepted their identity. They're winning trench warfare, SEC-style trench warfare. So I think that Michigan's going to take a step forward, and they're going to get to the playoff. And I think they may even win their playoff game, because I'm thinking. I don't know how it's going to measure up, because I think they make Oklahoma play LSU first. But I'm thinking we're going to have a rematch of 2001 of Oklahoma and LSU. But if that doesn't happen, I do think that Michigan might beat LSU, and we might have a Michigan-Oklahoma matchup. Because I'm an Oklahoma fan.
You got Tennessee out there too.
Tennessee's going to have a great season. But when we're talking about the playoff, I'll do that. But like Tennessee's going to have a great season.
Yeah, so the SEC thing can get a little murky.
Yeah, for sure.
It just hey man, you just gotta see what
Texas or Oklahoma will be in the national championship this year.
This year.
Man, see, that's where
This year,
I have to
Texas or
disagree
Oklahoma will be
because
I say after they make
I
the
think
SEC move.
it's a little premature
This
for
year.
Oklahoma to represent in the college football playoff. I just feel like they had to rebuild a lot. I like Brent Venables though. I think he can get it together. I don't like his comments this offseason about Dion, but whatever.
Yeah,
like
it's whatever.
But
when you see this recruiting and what he's done in the running,
I see it.
DeMarco Murray and his recruiting in the running back position is special. We have one. Oklahoma's gonna have to find some wide receivers to make plays, but we got a couple guys that I don't think
you got Andrew Anthony from Michigan.
Well, we also have there's a lot. There's Gibson. There's a lot. There's at least 7 guys that they're waiting to step up. So we'll see. But it's all about is Dylan Gabriel going to do his thing, and it's really about how the defense is going to act, how they're going to perform. But
that's a big one.
Team this year.
Yeah. That's a big one. And then Texas, like they always underperform, man.
Yep.
That's the thing with Texas. Like, how many in the past 3 years I've said it. I don't know if you guys have been on the same boat, but like,
I live in
Texas is going to do it this year. That's what we would say. Texas, but
I don't say it, but
do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they just never. They're like the Chargers in the NFL.
I love that shit. As an Oklahoma fan, I love that shit. But I will be honest. No, Texas is a program. And talking to one of my homies that likes Texas and really talks about their recruiting style. And then my homie Chase Dollars, he also reports a lot of he sends us a lot of Texas recruiting. It's changed. Texas used to recruit a lot of popular players that had good attributes on the outside and skill position players, but now they're going in deep in the heart of Texas and going to get some beef, some hogs, some guys that can play in the trenches. So it's going to be real interesting to see Texas with actual trench line play and how they can perform. But I'm being serious. I think that Texas or Oklahoma is going to be in the national championship this year. I'm just saying, the two teams, watching recruiting, watching these other teams. Nah, man. Texas and Oklahoma have it's almost like the world against us. They're not together, but it's like the world's against you. Yeah, the world's against us too. Because everybody's in the nation is saying Oklahoma and Texas are going to the SEC. And Oklahoma and Texas well, you got us fucked up. Thank you, Chris Sherrard. Texas is finally starting to recruit guys from all over. Good talent in the line. Oklahoma's getting, and from me being a fan, from the outside perspective, we're getting 300-pound defensive linemen. Shit hasn't happened in years. We're getting receivers that might have wanted to go to Florida. So Texas and Oklahoma are getting these guys that are SEC recruits. And I have read on Twitter and on the internet and on various platforms, these guys are saying, I'm choosing Texas/Oklahoma because I already liked the program. I already thought the program was better than other programs. But now they're in the SEC, so I know for a fact I'm going to get what I need out the program. So Texas and Oklahoma are going to be very, very dangerous, and they're fighting for something a little bit more because they know when they go into the SEC is going to look at them like, y'all don't know how to play defense, and we're going to shut down y'all's offense, and y'all shouldn't have came here. And our outlook is, y'all got us fucked up because we're going to bring quarterback play to the SEC. Quinn Ewers is coming to the SEC. Jackson Arnold is coming to the SEC. The SEC ain't going to use the quarterbacks that will be playing like this.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and move on along to our Betstamp segment. So, Chris, go ahead and fire up that good old footage. Oh, I fucked up picking a goddamn Troy Lions.
I mean,
I know.
But Chris going to let you know about it. Come on, Chris, talk your shit.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't a great. It wasn't a great week 2 in preseason for any of us.
Yeah,
especially the Bills. But you guys went 1-2.
Who got it right?
It was the Lions game, I believe.
Nah,
that's
Lions.
No, it's the Chiefs game.
I picked that.
The Lions got smoked, and the Giants missed the spread by 1.
Fuck. Yeah, that's definitely me.
Yeah.
That's
I
definitely me.
Chiefs. So
if you lose by one, that's this guy.
So
there you go.
Once the season actually starts, I'm going to track each of your guys' picks individually as well. So we can see
do
who
that
has,
shit.
has the best record, and then we'll have the overall sports sushi record.
All right.
Smoking y'all niggas, y'all that gas.
All right, so Betstamp spiel real quick. If you're a gambler, if you're going to start playing daily fantasy football, you're getting ready for the season, get some extra bonuses, help out Sports Sushi, sign up for betstamp.app/sushi. It's a great point shopping site and analytics site for getting an edge on betting. So let's get right into it, gentlemen. I believe we've got actual real college football on the board now as
Week
well.
0, bitch. Yeah, I got mine ready, locked and loaded. You know what I'm talking about? But
right.
I mean, y'all can go first if y'all want to, or I can go first if y'all want to. Fuck baseball. Fuck the Yankees.
So
fuck the Stros.
As we go forward here, you guys are gonna have to call out whether you're looking at the NFL games, whether you're looking at college football. Then if it's crazy and you're going baseball for some reason, and then once we get the other sports going there,
we'll be going baseball playoffs. But
if I need a dub, I'm going back to MMA. Just letting y'all know that right now.
Hey, you go what you know.
So
I'm going NCAA football, but
as the only one that had a correct pick last week, do you want to go first? Or do you want to go last?
You know what? Let the best go last.
You motherfucker.
That would mean Russ is first.
No, I lost by 1. How many did Boogie lose by?
A lot.
Hater alert. Yeah, Chris. Hater alert. So Boogie's first. I'll go second. Which
okay. So I'm gonna go NCAA.
All right.
And I see a push here with the UTSA and U of H game, which is on Saturday.
Right. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I might need to take a trip. Goddamn. Wait, no, that's in Houston, right?
Yep, it's going to be in Houston.
It's this weekend?
Yep.
I might need to go to Houston this weekend. If I pop up in Houston this weekend, hey, I'm going to be there.
All right, what team?
Is a UTSA versus
what team? What team? Beat. Chris, there's only one team. It's the Road Runners.
It's just a project. I'm looking at right now. And I want UTSA for the fucking win.
Dubs, nigga.
Because last time they played,
beat, baby.
We opened up their stadium and we handed them a loss. So I'm kind of, come on.
Shout out to the Road Runners for getting the football program going. We got our first 4-star recruit this season.
No, it's not going to be on the which card. It's going to be on the it's going to be on the second. God damn.
I was going to say Tyreek Woolen's in the NFL. Davenport's in the NFL.
Yeah, it's going to be but it's going to be on the second. It's not going to be this weekend. God damn it.
Oh, okay. It's not. Good, because I would have been out. I was so second.
I was looking at. I was like, oh shit. Okay, well,
next weekend.
So next weekend, but that's my pick for next week. Okay.
Well, I guess you're really early instead of really late on the pick here.
All right, so I mean, shit, dude.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they just had a card this weekend, man. Fuck.
Notre Dame.
Russ, you know who you're picking?
Yeah, I got mine. While he thinks about it, I'm gonna go out here, guys. You know, I really love college football. I got Ohio, the -3. The QB's back. Don't ask me his name because I don't fucking remember. But I do know that the QB's back. He tore his ACL, MCL, all that shit last year. He's going to be back. They do have a defense that's coming back that's got a bunch of guys that know each other. So that camaraderie and all that shit, that's going to work. And San Diego State has a trend of losing at home. +3. I said -3. I meant +3. So give me Ohio. Yes. Give me Ohio +3. The MAC is back. And, we're going to go with that, though. So we're going to start out like that. I started out the fucking season taking an underdog.
All right. Boogie, do we buy you enough time?
Yeah, so let me go with UTEP and Jacksonville State. What are we? What's the line?
+1 for UTEP or +1.5 for
I think
State.
I mean, fuck, man.
It's got a -1 UTEP.
Yeah, I can't go against
UTEP. Barstool's got -1 UTEP too.
Yeah, I got to go with UTEP on this one. Stay with the UT system.
Yes, sir.
stay within the UT system. I can't betray them.
The whole system cold except for the Longhorns. Them niggas trash.
Yeah.
All right, Sterling.
So y'all ready for the winner? Like the people who trying to get that bag, you're gonna have to try to listen to me this week. Okay.
I ain't gonna say because you won. Go ahead.
I gotta say it with my whole chest over here. Let's go to college football. Let's go to college football.
Oh shit! What you got on week 0?
Yeah, let's check out week 0. So I'm gonna go on a game that's gonna be interesting and fun to watch. I'm gonna go Navy and Notre Dame. Okay.
Yes.
Now here we go. Game. So it is scary to pick, right?
Very. I want to see though.
Here's where I am. This is logic speaking, right?
Okay.
Notre Dame is supposed to be good, but they are never like really, really good, right? But one thing we do know, Navy is always decent in the trenches, and that should kind of stop them from blowing them out. Don't you think?
I don't. That's a thought process I had. I was scared. Right? I was in this game, but I want. Yes, that is the thought process.
Okay, I had. And hear me on this.
That is the thought process I had.
20 points in college, like you were saying, Russ, it's different. Like if this was like a 30-point spread, then you go and take Notre Dame. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Navy covering the spread at plus 21.
They could lose by 17. I'm just
right.
Saying, but, bro, you're like, because like these
0, you're
Army, Navy, and Air Force, they slow down the game.
Right.
And they make it a muck fest where it's like, God, dog. So, like, I like that you picking the plus 20 because Notre Dame is probably going to win. But I don't know if Notre Dame's that explosive this year. I'm thinking Notre Dame might beat them by like 10 points. It might be like 20-30 or something like that.
Right. Because last year they played Ohio State in the opener, right? And that was a low-scoring game. And, just Navy didn't look – Notre Dame didn't look like, they were going to be nothing. So
Joe, I got to give a shout-out to Joe Malone. You know what I'm saying? Geico Joe, what's happening? I need to see you to make some noise with them Kansas City Chiefs though in the season because you got Pat Mahomes some work. But y'all.
All
right. So those are the 3 picks this week. Russ, give them the spiel.
You already know what it is. If you are a degenerate, I'm sorry, not a degenerate. If you have a problem, if you gamble way too much, if you bet on your last team, your last dollar, if you had bet your baby's last diaper while she was taking a shit on a game, then you need to call 1-800-GAMBLER because you have a problem. And we don't like problems. We like to solve them. So if you have a problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Right. And remember, if you like to gamble but gamble way too much, stop. It's okay. You'll be okay. Get your shit right and jump back in the game. That's pretty much all I got to say about that. So if you can gamble, gamble. If you can't, realize it and don't. If you have a problem, 1-800-GAMBLER is the number. Let's rock.
All right. You already know what time that brings us to. Your favorite segment and mine is the good old either.
Let's do it.
Or you switch it up on me.
Hey, it's whatever comes first. I know we normally went to 1, 2, rattle, ha, but today I went to rattle, hey, you know what I'm saying? So today's either or, and I want people to keep in mind because as we've gone through these either ors, and as we've done them, I've noticed that player longevity has been something that people squeeze in. And y'all call me an asshole, not YouTube, but people out there, y'all call me an asshole, but I narrow the things down to where we have to go through one column that everybody got to follow. So I noticed that longevity is something that people look at and they go and say, well, he played for 14 years. So I'm asking everybody, longevity doesn't fucking matter.
It don't?
Okay? It doesn't. I'm going to remove because the either or is supposed to be this. I have this player at his peak performance and I have this player at his peak performance. Who do you want? So I'm going to announce now that we're taking longevity out of the equation.
Okay. All right.
I want to know who you would pick if you had to pick this player first and you knew you were going to play against the other player one game, one season. I don't really care, either one. But the players at peak performance and all that other injury shit doesn't matter. The fact they only played a little bit doesn't matter. We're talking about if you have this guy healthy, who do you want? You know what I'm saying? So this week, or healthy and playing, at peak performance, whatever. So this week's either or is going to be old school Chris Carter versus a fan favorite. By fan, I mean me. Y'all, you know who I pick when I say the name. Chad Johnson. Two receivers that possibly had the best feet in the NFL, toe taps, routing the guys up. I'd like to know from those in the crowd, one, hit the notification button, hit the subscribe button so that you can be a part of the Sushi and grow the algorithm. Two, who you got, man? You got to pick a receiver. You ain't got no quarterback. You ain't got nothing else. You know that you're going to play against a guy that you don't pick, and you got Chris Carter, Chad Johnson. Who you got?
All right.
Ocho all the way.
I'm going to say this. I'm going Chris Carter. And the reason why is because of the one quote that I've heard about Chris Carter. Somebody said, motherfucking hands are so big, he can wipe his ass and scratch the back of his head at the same time. Pause. So, because of that.
You did have big ass hands, though.
Because of that.
That nigga had big ass hands.
Oh, he did.
And because
I'm going Chad Johnson, though. Y'all know where I'm going.
I know. Hey, man.
You know. I had a backpack with Chad Johnson on the back of that motherfucker. Chad Johnson, my favorite receiver ever.
Chad Johnson had, and for me, it's like when I was watching football at a period where, he was providing the most entertaining style of football, with the end zone celebrations and stuff like this. So Chad Johnson is very near and dear, to me when it comes about, when we're talking about receivers and stuff like that. But
that nigga to go.
But Chris Carter, yeah, that's going to be my pick.
I think Chris Carter was the best at the toe tap, getting in bounds. All y'all that know me know I picked Chad Johnson. Like you ain't Chad Johnson. No. Hey, Sterling, you don't know, but people that know me know. No, Chad Johnson is my favorite receiver.
Oh, okay.
Like y'all niggas ain't the best feet in the league, the most heart, and like I have never seen a guy take the receiver position and make it into an art form. Like things that Chad Johnson did that people don't realize is he would burn a motherfucker on the route, and Carson would throw it deep. And instead of catching the ball at the high point like you're supposed to, he would wait for that bitch to get like down at his knees and catch that bitch. Just to let the DB know. Nigga, you had no shot. My nigga was the only person that had a list of DBs that he let know, I'm going to cook you Sunday. You sir? Yeah, I'm going to cook you. And he did it to all of them. So like Chad Johnson's my favorite. He's my favorite receiver of like all time. Like my favorite to watch. Favorite Ocho Cinco, all that shit. Like I love Chad Johnson. So this was like a one to me that everybody know. I wasn't gonna pick Chris Carter. Chris Carter, though, I will say this though. Even though Chad Johnson has the best feet and like route running, like to me, in my opinion, I know people say Russell. In my opinion, Chad Johnson has the best feet and his ability to do everything at the receiver position as far as I can route you up, I can burn you deep, I can point at you and tell you, come over here. Like, you can jam me if you want. I'm going vertical. I'm running 9. Like, let's rock. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything that encompasses being like a great receiver, Chad Johnson did it. Love Chad Johnson. And his stats are up there with Michael Irvin, so he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, even though he's not. But just so you know, I got to do it every time. Pro Bowls, 6 for Chad Johnson, 8 for Chris Carter, 3 All-Pros for each. So they were tied in All-Pros. Those of you that know, some of us take All-Pros more. They're weighted a little bit more than Pro Bowls. But either or, here nor there, y'all give us y'all's reaction in the comment section. Like, subscribe, hit that bell so you get that ding. But that is it. Chris Carter or Chad Johnson, either or. Which one you got? We got Boogie with Chris Carter. We got Sterling with Chad Johnson. And we got Big 30 The Truth with Chad Ocho Cinco. But I will say this. If Chad Johnson, if you're out there listening, watching, if this gets to you, I'm going to beat your ass in FIFA, bro. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do.
All right, so look, let's go ahead over to the NFL to close out the show. A little bit of NFL news. Jonathan Taylor has been granted a trade request. Well, a request to seek a trade with the team. So
Cowboys, please, nigga.
name has already been linked to a couple of teams. I think the Dolphins was one. We just started the show. The Eagles were one that
I saw that before
brought
we
up.
started the show.
So
If the Dallas Cowboys, if y'all let the Eagles, if the Eagles get Jonathan Taylor, I'm gonna cry. But go ahead.
The one thing I just want to say is
I'm gonna cry.
What are some realistic landing spots where Jonathan Taylor or some teams that should be making
Dolphins.
I think half the league should be calling about Jonathan Taylor.
Sterling, watch this. Yo, team, I told y'all last year the Bills should put everything in they power to get Saquon. He out the y'all like the Bills and the Cowboys. What the fuck are you think? Okay, so as far as the Bills are concerned, and I don't want to go too far into your team, Sterling, but I'll just say this, my piece on what I think. The Bills have a complete team. If you get a guy like Jonathan Taylor out there that can make shit happen, you're going to win. Like, same thing for the Cowboys. The Cowboys, you were the best when Ezekiel Elliott was healthy and could run all over the place. Oh, my God. Go get that guy. I don't care. Now, let me say this before I let y'all go. I don't give a fuck about the future with him. I don't give a fuck about how much money he wants. I'm talking about sign that motherfucker to a deal this year because Jonathan Taylor knows how to do one thing. And sorry for the race out there, but that big nigga ain't gonna break. Fucking Friday Night Lights style. Give him the ball. Put Jonathan in, let him spin.
Real quick before Sterling can jump on the Jonathan Taylor response, I just want to address one thing. Now that you're going to pretend to be a Bills expert because you're managing them in the CPG, I'm going to call you out on something that you know firsthand is not true. They are not a complete team.
Running back
Russ, there is no worse linebacker core based on Madden ratings than the fucking Buffalo Bills linebacking core. That's not a complete team.
Oh, I know this. They
don't have two linebackers. They don't have two linebackers.
I found out firsthand.
But
I'm talking about
all like low 60s.
But Chris, I'm talking about overall, bro. Like overall, the Buffalo Bills have a team. Like overall, y'all have a team. The Cowboys have a team. Like these are teams that need this guy. And I'm tired of the running backs being underrated. And I'm not saying you're gonna do it, Sterling, but I'm just gonna no. Y'all Cowboys, Bills, you need this shit. Like Jonathan Taylor is that shit you need, and Colts, good luck. Good fucking luck. Cause I think it was Louis Riddick said it today. Jonathan Taylor need to come on TV and be like, KD, y'all fucking know who I am. Y'all got me fucked up. Like, y'all know who I am and stop playing. Jonathan Taylor behind a front five that can get it fucking done is going to be a demon. And if you're a team like Dallas, if you're a team like the Bills, if you're a team like, I don't know, fuck the fucking Vikings. If you're a team that's got some fucking talent on offense and you need to be able to control the fucking game, that is that guy. Like, y'all see that shirt that I sell at Sports Sushi? I mean, I sell at Sports Plug that says hello, my name is him. Jonathan Taylor is him. He's him. People say he's got RB by his name, so they try to diminish it, but he's him. Go ahead, though. I'll let y'all go.
Listen, I mean, I would love Jonathan Taylor on the Bills. I don't think it's going to happen, though, for what they're asking. Now, if I was Brandon Beane, and if it's my goal to win a championship right now with the roster that I have right now, I make a trade and I offer them Kyrie Elam. I offer them Ryan Bates in a second-round pick or a third-round pick, and hopefully that gets it done. But it's not going to happen. I do think the Bills really like what they have in James Cook, and it's really not financially responsible to go get a running back that you're going to have to sign to a major contract. I was talking about this on the podcast last night, and you got the Sweet Three. These are running backs that are making $12 million a year, and Derrick Henry is one of them. One of the pluses about Jonathan Taylor is he's 24 years old, right? So he's a young running back. The problem is, though, even though he's 24 years old, he's got so many miles on them legs. That's the problem. You're starting to see him break down a little bit. I think he's going to be a great player. And I think if the Bills were to get him, he'd be perfect because you don't have to put the whole offense on Jonathan Taylor's back. But the problem is I don't think the Bills are going to get frisky enough to make a trade, right? Because it's got to hurt. It's got to hurt for both sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the Colts, you're losing Jonathan Taylor. What are the Bills willing to give up? The Bills should not give up a first-round pick. But if you can give up maybe a second or third-round pick and a player, I mean, you do it because hold on.
Can I ask you a
You're
question?
gonna lose. Yeah, you're gonna lose Gabe Davis because
yeah.
you're not gonna be able to pay for him, and then you're gonna have to start trimming this roster down. You got about 15 to 20 free agents on 1-year deals, right? So you're gonna have to kind of create some cap space, kind of make some things happen. Go ahead.
You're not wrong in anything you're saying. I'm looking at it strictly as like this. I'm a competitor. That piece makes me win. I don't care about next year. I completely agree with what the Rams did. Like, people talk about the Rams this year and like, what are the Rams gonna do? It doesn't fucking matter what the Rams gonna do this year. We won. I don't like to me when I look at it, like, as a Cowboys fan, I'm looking at it like, I don't give a fuck about 5 years down the road. Go get Jonathan Taylor and win this bitch.
Sure.
Because you got 2 running backs and the same thing with y'all. Go get Jonathan Taylor and win this bitch because you have Jonathan Allen, aka the big white boy, and you got Taylor who can tote that bitch. Like, to me in sports, in professional sports, I should say, there's this thing about like trying to win and preparing for the future. Fuck the future. Win, nigga. Win. Like, I get so tired not of us, and I've done it too, Sterling. I'm guilty of it too, of saying, but what about the next season and preparing? I've gotten to the point after watching what the Rams did to saying this. Fuck all that shit, bro. Win. Because all of us talking about preparing for the future are still looking for that fucking dub. You know what the Rams are doing? Basking in the glory. You know what?
They're not, though.
They are. They won. The Rams don't give a fuck.
They won, but they are they're one of the bottom teams in the league now. Now they got their Super Bowl for sure.
Yes. But Chris, let me say this to Chris. Though, Chris, this is totally different than Madden. Madden is all about the future. I'm talking about real life. In real life, championships last forever, and wishing for a future hope don't mean shit. And as a Cowboys fan, and as you as a Bills fan, if you look up and say, like, I know for a fact that if we have this guy, we may not win the Super Bowl, but we're going to be fucking contenders, you do it. I'm tired of watching professional sports people say, we didn't do this because of... Fuck the future. Win. Nigga, win. I don't give... If the Cowboys were to go trade, I don't give a fuck. You know what? It is, but you want to win. And you know what y'all did? Y'all finished one play out of the fucking Super Bowl. One play out of... And nobody hates y'all for that. But you know what? Any other type of deal you make, we're trying to prepare for the... Fuck the future.
But guess what?
Win.
You can do both.
Let me say this for you. And you know, you can, but Sterling, it takes a genius, not a genius, but it takes someone that's knows what they're doing and does it right. And my point is, fuck doing that. Like, if you want to try to do both, that's fine. But if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm saying, I'm going to sign this motherfucker to the dotted line. Because if we win this year and we don't win for the next 5, guess what people are still going to say? They won the fucking ball. If the Rams don't win or don't go to the playoffs or do shit for the next 5 years, we're still going to remember Aaron Donald doing this and saying, we put this shit together and I won. And I, for one, this is a tangent a little bit, but I am, for one, I'm on the side of Stephen A. Smith. Right. I'm fucking sick and tired of losers telling me that they did a good job. I lost by 1 today in Madden. I fucking lost. Right. I lost. Right. I'm tired of this. I'm sorry, but let me go. I'm tired of this shit where motherfuckers like James Harden and we see Brandon Jennings and we see all these niggas that ain't win talk about all the other we don't give a fuck, bro. We're fans. You won at life. Win, nigga. Get it done. Win. All the other shit don't fucking matter because we don't get to spend your money and we don't get to look at your trophies. The only trophy that matters to a Texas fan, a Broncos fan, a Saints fan, a fucking Bills fan is that fucking silver one that says Lombardi on it because we don't get your money, nigga. So get that shit done. Get it done.
And what he's
Period.
trying to say is this: the future is now. And speaking of future, let's
Right
get to
fucking
these
now.
future top 10 power rankings from the boy Sterling. Go ahead and take us out.
All right, so here we go. Week 2 power rankings, or this is week 3 rather.
Yeah.
Power rankings for the NFL in the preseason. So this is just a primer to get you ready for the regular season. But I have a surprise, folks. I have a surprise at number 10, and I have the Detroit Lions. This is a team that has gone under the radar. They've gone under the radar this offseason. I think when you go out and you get a Jahmyr Gibbs, this defense was already good, right? I think Jared Goff he's not a great quarterback. He's just good enough. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Look, man, the Lions are up and coming, and you're playing in the NFC North. That's really not going to be that good. I think this is the best team in the division, better than the Vikings. I think the Vikings are going to come back to earth. So I got the Lions here at number 10. Now, I know they suck in preseason, but it's because they're trying to develop and build young guys in their depth. All right, at number 9, watching the Dolphins game against Houston, I like what I saw from the offense. There's a lot about Tua throwing an interception, and it is what it is, right? Every quarterback's going to make mistakes. But let me tell you what I appreciate about Tua this week is that he came out and he told Ryan Clark to shut the fuck up, pretty much, and that he'll throw hands. I want to see that from my quarterback, unlike Dak Prescott. So I got the Dolphins here at number 9. Okay, I do think they are in contention to get Jonathan Taylor. We're going to see what happens there. I feel like the Dolphins probably is a team that could make a move. I think you put Jonathan Taylor in that wide zone, Shanahan, type of offense. I think he'd eat in that offense. I think they'd be really good. I think he'd be a missing piece. Number 8, I got the Jets. Mekhi Becton really surprised me this week in his play in the preseason game. He did really well at right tackle. And this is a guy that was drafted really high, hasn't lived up to expectations. But anytime you get to see a young player like that, produce, and when it's on the offensive line, which was one of their weak points, and it still is a weak point, but to see him, and then, you're going to have Elijah Vera Tucker. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to calm the storm a little bit. So I got the Jets here at a number 8, and that's no disrespect. At number 7, you're going to see a dip from the Bills. The Bills have 2 holes, okay? Middle linebacker and right tackle. Spencer Brown is still trying to figure it out. And earlier in the show, CPG JM11 talking about say that shit again about Buffalo. First of all, okay, I don't know where you're getting this Buffalo Bills hate, but it's got to stop, okay? Now, every team has an offensive line problem in terms of depth. The Bills are no different. They definitely need help on the offensive line. Tommy Doyle and these guys are getting injured for the year.
He's a Steeler.
Who's a Steeler?
JM11 is a Steeler.
Oh, he's a Steeler. Okay, yeah, okay. That's why he said that. The Bills were sloppy in their preseason game. I ain't gonna cap. They were sloppy, but if this was like regular season, man, does he not remember what the Bills did to the Steelers last year in Orchard Park? So stop it. But I got the Bills here at number 7. At number 6, I got the Chargers. Listen, Herbert is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I think it'd be nice if the Chargers could actually give the Chiefs some run and actually beat them for a game. That'd be great. I do like what I saw from the Broncos too. So this can be a competitive division. So I got the Chargers sitting here at a nice 6. At number 5, I got the Dallas Cowboys. What they say, the deuce is loose. The Cowboys, I think they're gonna be extremely good, but the where the Cowboys' value is going to come in is on the defensive side of the ball. We know that this offense can produce points. That's no question, right? But the defense, I think, is going to take another step. When you got 2 lockdown corners like that, man, Stephon Gilmore, Travion Diggs, it means a lot. You're not going to be able to just air it out on this team. So I think the Cowboys, and I say all this to say, when you give Dak Prescott solid pieces in different areas and where it doesn't have to be on Dak Prescott, I think it makes them a much better team than what they appear to be on paper. Number 4, you got Cincy here. They really didn't move much. They're kind of quiet. I think they have, they're not solid at depth. Again, when they start having to pay all these players, they're going to look like everybody else, you know. And I don't think they necessarily have like strong infrastructures like Buffalo, Kansas City, the Eagles, where they're going to be able to keep up and contend in terms of star power. So we got them right here at number 4. Their preseason's kind of been ho-hum. Like really nothing to be excited about. San Francisco 49ers, whatever they got going on with Trey Lance, just trade the guy. You know he's not a part of your program, part of your future. He's missed 2 practices in a row. What I want to see from this defense, though, you know, we talk about the Bosas and the Hargrave. I want to see how they are able to kind of handle pressure at the cornerback position. They're going to win their division. That's no question. But what are they going to do when they face the Cowboys in the playoffs, or where they face the Eagles in the playoffs? I think that's the kind of barometer that we're looking at with the San Francisco 49ers. At number 2, you got the Philadelphia Eagles. They just continue to load up on talent, young talent, University of Georgia talent. That defense is really good. Again, we talked about this last week. What kind of quarterback is Jalen Hurts going to be? We know he's good, but can he be great? And that's the thing that I want to see. He's got to make more big boy throws. And again, we really haven't seen him in preseason, but everything is kind of boiling down to cut. You know, they play the Patriots, Bill Belichick, kind of defense that they're going to be looking at. Again, I mean, we know that the Patriots aren't really anything special, but I want to see what Jalen Hurts is in this second year, right? We're going to call it the second year because he's going to have to produce. And again, I mean, I really don't have much to say here. Kansas City Chiefs, they continue to be. Brett Veach is the best GM in the league, when you have the best quarterback in the league and the best tight end in the league. It's going to, catapult you. But if they don't kind of figure out this Chris Jones thing, he's talking about coming back week 8. I don't think that's good for the squad. I think, they already don't have much in terms of defensive line pass rushing. You take out Chris Jones, that's a big problem if he comes back in week 8. So they're going to have some tough bouts in those 8 weeks if he doesn't play. And I think that could be the difference of them losing the AFC number 1 overall seed. So I guess that's good for other teams like Buffalo, the Bengals, and whoever is the next contender. So, but as of right now, going into week 3 of the preseason, I do have the Chiefs number 1, and that is the top 10 power rankings right here on Sports Sushi.
All right.
Yeah, the Chiefs. All the other Chiefs defenders are garbage, except for Chris Jones.
I'm going to say this, and this is my hot take for the year. My team is going to make it in Sterling's top 10 power ranking this season. At one point this season, I'm telling y'all,
they will.
I know a guy. I know a guy.
Tampa Baker. I'm just, what I'm saying? I got to root for the Dolphins just because Sterling them like the Bills, and I picked the Dolphins. And for you, Boogie, it's Tampa Baker, baby.
All right, I'll take my odds.
Because I know y'all like anytime the Cowboys lose, but so does America. So
I mean,
don't lie. Y'all like it.
I mean,
y'all like it.
They've lost a lot, so I mean.
See, look, the first thing out your mouth was slander. You just had to slander.
They don't do it for me no more. You know what I'm saying? I need a little something different, right?
I'm actually gonna be showing a lot of love to the Bills because I gotta control them on the fucking game. So
just because of that, huh?
Yeah, except for Gabriel. Fuck. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into that. Gabriel, you cool? Jordan Poyer, shout out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, Jordan Poyer, rocking the hoodie with the JP.
Yeah, shout out to Jordan Poyer for lacing our boy up, man. Go ahead.
We're gonna make sure we get his ad or something so we can send him the show link, bro. Like he gotta be someone that watch live, bro. If Jordan Poyer sending you the merch, bro. Like Jordan, you need to watch. Travarius White need to watch. Then y'all could get Quentin Williams to watch. Then y'all could get Waddle to watch. So Waddle, we got some niggas musing in this. That's how we grow the show.
We're gonna see.
By the way, while saying growing the show, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell so you get that ding. Because Sports Sushi, we got that roll.
All right. And if you want to follow the show, you can follow the show at Twitter at Sports Sushi, all one word, or Sports_Sushi on Threads, Instagram, whatever it's called. If you want to follow us individually, you can go ahead, you can read, look at the shit down there at the bottom. If you can't read and you're listening, you can follow me at DJ Slow Boogie on ID, not a Y, at all forms of social media. And you can, hit my boy up, Sterling, at where they can find you at, Sterling.
Yeah, Afro Sterling on Twitter, Stilo.Huncho on the TikTok. Yeah, that's what's up. That's where you can find me.
You already know on all platforms. You can find me by typing in Big 30 THA the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you the truth about these sports, about these games, about this music, about life. You know what I'm talking about?
All right.
No lies. We just the truth.
Bang, 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 gang. Peace. All right.